Hello everyone, my name is Heather, and today I will be walking through how the Stanley brand has turned a simple tumbler into a must-have product using consumer behavior principles. So today I'm just going to be going over who Stanley's audience is, how they think, the role of influencers and social trends, how Stanley communicates across platforms, and overall how they can grow their brand even further. All right. Stanley was founded in 1913 by William Stanley Jr. and became widely known for its durable insulated steel bottles. For decades, Stanley was associated with ruggedness and outdoors type things. So, more recently, it has undergone a huge transformation where it has completely repositioned itself as a lifestyle brand. The Quencher tumbler specifically, the H2O Quencher model, has driven so much success thanks to its leak-proof lid, double wall insulation, and its very aesthetic design. Celebrities like Lionel Messi and Olivia Rodrigo have collaborated with Stanley, and this has really helped expand their reach and cultural relevance. This pivot from a utility product to a trendy must-have item has been fueled by strategic marketing, many partnerships with influencers as well, and a deep understanding of consumer behavior. Stanley targets several overlapping market segments, and their primary audience is young to middle-aged women, particularly homeowners and working professionals who value both aesthetics and practicality. Eco-friendly users, people who care about the environment, are another key group because they prioritize sustainable products that are going to support them long-term over low-quality items that might have to be replaced a lot, or plastic water bottles, things like that. So obviously, because Stanley was an outdoor brand predominantly before, they attract those enthusiasts who continue to rely on its legacy of durability. Finally, Gen Z consumers are a very big, fast-growing consumer group, and they are trend savvy. They want social media worthy products, so they're also a big target as well. Stanley meets both functional and psychological needs. Functionally, this will satisfy biogenic needs because this keeps their beverages hot or cold for hours, while also fitting into a busy lifestyle with features like leak-proof lids, car cup holders, things like that. And psychologically, Stanley fulfills desires for status, self-expression, and belonging. For many consumers, carrying a Stanley cup is more than just staying hydrated, but it's more about making a status statement or personal statement. Motivations to buy the product are a combination of practical value as well as emotional appeal. So customers choose Stanley not only because it is useful, but also because it aligns with how they would like to be perceived. Consumer personality plays a major role in brand attachment. Stanley appeals to adventurous and practical personalities by emphasizing performance and reliability. At the same time, it connects with trendsetters and people who really like aesthetics through bold colors, stylish limited edition designs, things like that. And of course, Stanley resonates with eco-conscious groups who want to make sustainable choices, but also want to have a beautiful cup to use as well. And this shows that the Stanley Cup users can form a social identity or community by sharing those values, where they want to be caring about the environment in style. Stanley also uses a very well-rounded media strategy to reach different segments. So their YouTube ads focus on product function and durability, while Instagram and TikTok showcase the cup's trendiness and style. So there's a podcast called The Mom Hour. This reaches the millennial moms or young Gen Z moms through personal stories that are very authentic. And on TV, Stanley has been featured on Good Morning America, so they have reached a very wide and broad audience. And what makes their messaging strategy strong is how they tailor the message to the platform. So they highlight performance in one space and lifestyle in another. Their advertising campaigns are carefully crafted to shape how customers view the brand. The Adventure Heritage ad, for example, was an ad that connected with brand's legacy of durability and trust. The campaign for this model shown on the screen, the Quencher H2O tumbler cup, shows technical features like recycled materials, grip-friendly design, leak resistance, and obviously many influencers and celebrities advertise this model as well as fashionable, as functional, and it just really helped the image for Stanley overall. So each and every one of their ads speaks to a different facet of the consumer mindset, which is trust, performance, and lifestyle. And together they build a brand image that is reliable, culturally relevant, and stylish. So going along with the influencers I mentioned earlier, one of these is Emily Kaiser. She is a lifestyle and motherhood influencer with over 3 million followers on TikTok. So she has significantly impacted Stanley's brand visibility. So she frequently shares content about her Stanleys. She reviews different colors, different designs, and she just showcases how they perfectly fit into her daily routine as a busy mom. And additionally, there's other influencers like Amelia Awad. She made a TikTok that showcased many of the latest Stanley Cups, and she revealed how her parents have spent over $3,000 by buying her 67 different quenchers that would match her outfits of the day. So these TikToks that go very viral really influence people's purchasing decisions. Someone might see a video and say, oh, I want to do this so that it'll match my outfit, something like that. All right, so Stanley's product journey follows the classic diffusion of innovation model. Their earliest users were outdoor gear loyalists, innovators who cared about durability, and basically lifestyle bloggers and niche influencers have really served as early adopters who validated the product to broader audiences. Then the early majority joined in as the Stanley Cup went viral on TikTok and has sold out in stores like Target. And each phase of the curve has been fueled by smart influencer placements or marketing tactics that have created urgency. However, I will say when the Stanley Cup went viral on TikTok for surviving a car fire, this was unplanned, but it still greatly generated and boosted Stanley's relevance and reputation. So Stanley has successfully moved from a niche utility product overall to a very mainstream must-have item that everyone will want and enjoy, even if they're not outdoorsy. So the decision-making process for Stanley customers typically starts with exposure, seeking the product online, social media. They might hear it on a podcast. They might see it anywhere, just people walking around, things like that. And this triggers a recognition of the need for stylish and durable drinkware. So customers will search for more information, they'll watch reviews, they will compare products to maybe a Walla or Hydro Flask, and they will see which one they would rather prefer. So as shown in this photo, Stanley has a lot of designs and packages that definitely are unique to only Stanley. So this has really helped push them to be the top brand to pick for a lot of people. So finally, Stanley is viewed as a brand with ethical practices. So they have pledged to use 50% recycled steel and eliminate plastic packaging by 2025. Their products are built to last, they reduce waste. However, their frequent limited releases can lead to overconsumption, like that girl whose parents had spent $3,000 so she could match her outfits. So because of this, a potential solution would be to launch a trade-in program that would extend the water bottle lifespan while people can get new colors, but they can trade it in instead of throwing things away. And to continue growing, Stanley can consider 3 key strategies. First, they can launch a Stanley Studio app where customers can personalize their cups, get exclusive access to new drops, and earn rewards. Second, their trade-in program could really help people recycle, like I mentioned earlier. Third, they can expand into new markets through collabs. So if they worked with Peloton, REI, or even gaming brands like Fortnite, they could add that as where your character can hold the water bottle. Things like that can really attract younger audiences that are going to be growing up and might want to be purchasing a new water bottle. So overall, these strategies enhance personalization, sustainability, and audience reach, which will help increase sales and just build long-term brand loyalty. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to my PowerPoint presentation on this. So yeah, thank you.